When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! And let's go to the and let's go to the When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We made it. And let's go to the and let's go to the We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this holla, we the Miami Heat of football. Yap. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yap. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We made it. And let's go to the and let's go to the It's a wrap. Game over.
Nah, this game is not over. In fact, it's just getting started. We're right here on the lunch break, powered by Jones Media and Entertainment. And we're streaming live on Roku, courtesy of BS3. That's right. If you got a Roku streaming device, just download BS3 TV. You'll have the lunch break and all the great shows right there in your, on your TV. And I got some breaking news. I got some breaking news that I can't share yet, but put it this way, the lunch break will be on FireTV, Firestick, and soon to be on every other streaming platform. We'll tell you more about that at the end of the show. But let me get my brother in here like no other, Kris Gardner, Mr. Houston Roundball Review. How you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm still here. I'm hanging on. How you doing, brother?
First things first, Papa. Listen, how's your mom doing, man?
She is still in intensive care. Okay. She had a tracheotomy put in yesterday with a feeding tube.
Oh, wow.
But that was much better than having a tube down her throat and all those things. So she was much more coherent yesterday after the surgery.
Okay.
I'm not a doctor, but I don't believe, based on what I saw yesterday, she's still in a coma.
Okay.
She was much more alert. Her eyes were open. I was there. One of her friends was there too, and she was alert pretty much the whole time we were there with her, as opposed to earlier in the week, her eyes opened when I was there, and that was basically it.
Gotcha.
She's going to be transferred to a long-term care facility in another day or so, and we'll see if she's able to, either she is able to come home, or not. I'm not sure about all that. Honestly, based on some of the stuff I read, found medical records, looking around the house, just preparing myself. My mom should have been here years ago. She's been a fighter a long, long time, man. She was diagnosed with MS basically around age 26. And she turned 79 on Tuesday.
Okay.
So she was diagnosed with MS before I was born.
Wow.
So I told her this. I don't know this for a fact, but I told her this yesterday, that thank you for having me, because it sounds like she may not have, she pushed for that, kind of reading through the papers and everything. So, hey, she's a fighter. I'm a fighter. So let's keep doing this, man.
Absolutely, man.
So, and I hope your good news pertains to me too, brother.
Yeah, you good. You good.
Yeah.
In fact, you're gonna be up and running probably later on this weekend. But Man, I sat in on a meeting yesterday, and I was just, first of all, I was looking out the window. We're up on the 18th floor of this 20-story building, and these folks are asking me to come and help them do what it is I love to do. And then, like, oddly enough, they started talking about JM&E and the possibility of either buying it or partnering with it. And I'm like, wait. Hold on, Doc. I like ain't even got my first show up and running yet. Y'all trying to buy, and I did. I told him I appreciate it. I was, beyond floored. But the reality was that's something that I want to leave for my kids. That's something that I want to kind of keep in my family and do something kind of generational with that. I don't know which one of my children might take that over. Should when the time comes, but I still want to have it there. Just in case. Sure. I made one of the worst decisions that I've ever made in my life. My grandfather, who was one of the first black barbers in Cincinnati, Ohio, while I was at Tulane, asked me to come back and help him run the shop. And I was like, Granddaddy, I don't know nothing about cutting hair. Now, mind you, I'm cutting hair in the dorm rooms, making money through college. And he's like, no, you don't have to. He said, I just need you to come run my books, make sure everything is right with that. And, I'll make sure you get paid this. And the money was like stupid, especially back then. Yep. And he's like, I'll make sure you get paid that. But, ultimately, we'll keep the barbershop in the family. I said, well, Granddaddy, I want to do this. I want to do that. And I started talking about stuff I wanted to do. Now, mind you, I'm at Tulane University, where a lot of the kids come from Jewish descent. And many of them are down there learning how to run books, how to get degrees and what have you, to go back and run their family business. It didn't dawn on me. Yeah. So I said no. My grandfather ended up selling his shop to one of the guys that worked in the shop with him and went to work for that man until he died. Wow. That business is no longer in our family. And, again, they have honored my grandfather in the city of Cincinnati as one of the first black barbers in that city. And I missed it. I missed it. I let that get out of my family. Now, mind you, JM&E, might not be anything close to what Bill's Barbershop was, but it's still now important to me to make sure that there's some legacy, there's something generational in our family. So I'm not gonna make that mistake again. Understood, man. Understood where you come from. Yeah. But the long story, I will go ahead and announce that they haven't released the press release yet. I did get a message from the folks today, but you're looking at the new executive of TV, podcasting, and radio for SGA TV. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. I'm still kind of overwhelmed, brother. I'm still kind of shocked. I'm looking out over the 18th floor. I'm like, one of these offices is about to be mine, and I'm going to be over everything that goes on TV, podcasting, and radio for that network. And what does SGA stand for? What did you say it was? SGA stands for Strategic Growth Alliance. Okay. And they do more than just TV network stuff. They help, especially with women, they help them get the resources that they need to propel their businesses and to advance their businesses, to make them profitable as well as successful and for growth. Okay. A lot of times we think about us shop or we think about us store, but the reality is, man, if we could get people to pay us to run our businesses, our brands, our names, now we're talking about a whole lot. Yeah, that's my goal right there. Yeah. And now we're talking about a whole lot of money. So, man, I looked at it and at first I was concerned about the pay and the compensation and all that. But I got to be honest, man, they stepped up. They put a very attractive offer together. And then for, like I said, the acknowledgement of my business and wanting to do something with that. I was just like, no, don't worry about that part. Let's stay on this. We came to an agreement yesterday, man. So I'm really happy about that. And that happened on the National Day of Prayer. I was at an event yesterday and that went a little long. I wasn't able to do the show yesterday. And then I went into that meeting and then it was like, oh man, this is a great day. I literally rode around in my car. Like, did that just happen? Yeah. Did that just happen? Yeah, man. Yeah. Awesome, man. Congratulations. Big time. So as I was saying, when you came on, asked about you good. You ain't going nowhere. In fact, that saves more space for you and the fellas, you and the team. Okay. I won't be sucking up that space on JM&E. I'll be using, because I've been given, the ability to do what I do on the SGA TV, and they will be on every streaming platform. You name it, if it streams, we're on it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that means I have another platform, my interviews.
Brother, we will definitely be talking. We will because I'm trying to go East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, brother. I mean it. So I'm real excited, man. I'm real excited.
If I may, real quick, brother, let me pat myself on the back.
Yeah.
For my interview that I did yesterday with Mr. Ryan Blake, NBA consultant. I'm not sure if your audience, the family, is old enough, but his dad is Marty Blake. Marty Blake is NBA draft guru, been around forever. Okay. And Ryan has taken over the reins. So NBA consultant, I interviewed him yesterday. It's on my YouTube channel, Houston Roundball Review. So yes, I interviewed NBA consultant Ryan Blake yesterday. We finally got together, made it happen because we've been missing each other a little bit. So we took time out of his busy schedule because it's almost draft time, almost time for the lottery, all those good things.
Right.
And we talked for about almost half hour. So yep. I'm proud of myself for that one, brother.
I'm proud of you, man. In fact, we'll let that one be the first one up. That'll be our inaugural show. So real quick, stop what you're doing and acknowledge King Doc from Queen 3 and King Podcast, man. They had me on a movie review show this past Monday for the Forecast, and we reviewed Respect with Jennifer Hudson.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That great cast of actors and actresses. Phenomenal movie, man. Phenomenal movie. Phenomenal revelations about, the Queen, Aretha Franklin, and man, 5 brothers breaking down that movie and just talking about the impact that it has on our culture and what have you, man. It was a powerful display, brother. It was a powerful show.
I admit I have not seen all of it yet. I saw half of it on a flight, and I didn't get a chance to see all of it.
You got to see the whole movie, bro.
But I still want to. I still plan on it, but I was impressed with what I saw for sure.
Look, it's on Prime Video right now. I
don't have Prime.
Okay. You got a Fire Stick?
Nope, not yet.
When's your birthday? I know I just missed it.
March 14th.
I'm getting you a Fire Stick because you're gonna need that so you can
right.
monitor all your shows, brother.
Right. So so that sounds good. Looking forward to it.
I got you. I'll even set it up for you. King Doc said it was a great time, brother. Let me tell you something, man. I have looked back on that show a couple times, and again, to see 5 black men, man, 5 strong black men doing a show like that. I know things are tough out here, but brother, you know what? We can still do some things.
Yes, sir. We
don't have to depend on other people to give it to us and to make a way for us. Now we need allies. I get that, but we don't need people to give us permission. I'll say that.
And that's one thing. AD Moore repeats: we're not here. We don't need your permission anymore. We got the technology. We got the platforms.
Yeah. And
AD and I working together to honor the legacy of Max Edison.
Yeah.
Because Max talked about what we're doing, what you're doing.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do with AD, we're doing. We're going forward. We're going to keep pressing forward, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's why I love what BS3, Ben Sutter III, and that network is about. I definitely love what SGA TV network is about. And, like I told them, the compensation is one thing, but the chance to build something like this from the ground up to where we could be proud of it. I'm really, really excited about that. And you know me, man. I love helping other people do what it is that they dream of doing. So, man, again, to have an opportunity to say to somebody like yourself, brother, let's put you on every streaming platform out there, and let's go out and find a way to get it paid for and get you some sponsors and what have you. So, we're side by side with the Netflixes and the Amazon TVs and the Primes and all that of the world. And again, no shame in our game. We're right there. King Doc just said it best: dominion, power, and authority. We're not begging. We're not begging.
No,
we tried that.
Right.
And what happened?
We moved past that. Yeah, we're not doing that anymore.
We're not doing that no more. Yeah.
Correct.
And folks claim it's this and claim it's that. Folks don't get all nervous when other cultures come in and buy businesses and property and start their own business. In fact, they applaud them. They throw them in our face like, well, look at them. They start business. That's what we're doing.
Right.
That's what we're doing. Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit, man. In fact, let me hit my my quick commercials. I got a couple of sponsors I got to take care of. We got this 5K run happening on Mother's Day. We got the Cinematic Affair coming up on July the 16th. Let's do the Mother's Day run real quick. We'll be right back with myself, Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review right after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alexia McClurkin. I'm the founder of 9 Months of 5K, a nonprofit that was started to dispel the misconception that pregnant women shouldn't work out during their pregnancy. We are focused on health, fitness, nutrition, and wellness. We're hosting our annual 5K on Mother's Day.
Yep. Again, I can't thank Ben Sutter III and the crew enough for allowing me to be a part of the BS3 family. You got a Roku streaming device, download BS3 TV and check out all the great shows on there, like The Forecast, like Queen 3 and King, and fortunately, like The Lunch Break. One of the other things I did yesterday, Kris Gardner, I had Comcast on a conference call, and I told them I can't run my business like this. I can't run my business with slowdowns and hiccups and pauses and fades and what have you. And they start telling me about this new fiber link that they want to run out here in the hood for for where I am and for other businesses out here. And they couldn't answer. So what's in it for me to take on that cost for everybody else? Couldn't answer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and what did they say?
Couldn't answer it. So we're gonna get back together again. But like I told them, I'm not going another month with this kind of service. And with that fiber network, it brings in some service level agreements where they've got to perform at a certain level, or we get that money credited back. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll be sitting down with some other providers and see what they have to offer. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and run it for the whole community, and hopefully that'll help churches and other businesses get the kind of internet service that we need out here that they already have down there, Pearland and River Oaks and Katy and some of the other areas. So, but yeah, man. Doc said Comcast ain't worth a quarter. Yeah, well, they act like they wanted our business, and they act like they wanted us to be the ground floor or entryway into this community. So we'll see. We'll see how bad they want it.
We'll see, because here in Fifth Ward, I've been waiting for fiber to come over here for a while. So, brother, I'm proud to know you, man. You are displaying your worth to Comcast and other folks. Hey, you want to be part of this growing business? You need to work with me. If not, step aside. I'll find somebody else.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man. I've been calling the solar panel companies. Listen, you want to get solar panels in the South Park Sunnyside area? Here's 3 buildings right here that you can put those on top of. And then I got to give credit to the mayor. I got to give credit to Congressman Al Green and others in this district. They got a solar panel park being built right here off of the bayou. So I'm grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful for that. But no, we were trying to do our part as well.
Keep pressing forward, man. Keep me in the loop on that one too.
Absolutely. All right, man. Let's get to it, man. Before I get to what you sent me yesterday,
okay.
I posted out a question: should we have kept Chris Paul and got rid of James Harden back in the day?
Man, you asking the wrong person about that.
I'm asking you
because you know my answer.
Houston Roundball review.
And I'm gonna go ahead. Can I say the 4 letters I want to say?
Go.
Hell yeah! Should have kept Chris Paul instead of James Harden. Yeah.
Say it again with your chest, Chris. Say it again.
Hell yeah! Should have kept CP instead of James Harden. Yeah, ain't no doubt. No doubt about it.
Oh my gosh, man. Mike Patton from Houston Roundball Review. I mean from touring the AFC South. Young man that I think is brilliant, man. He has great guests on his shows, similar to you on Houston Roundball Review. He said that at the time we had Chris Paul looked like he was breaking down. He looked like he was past his prime. Well, he sure don't look like that now.
But to CP's credit, he was willing to do the things to get his body right.
Right.
Okay,
right.
He changed his diet, he changed his workout routine, all those things.
Yep.
Unlike
that
other dude, so who reported to Brooklyn overweight, out of shape, and what's he been doing? Okay, so what was there were questions about Chris Paul? Could he stay healthy? That's legit, but he was willing to put in the time and change his body to get himself right. And Mike is right on point right there at my point.
I was going to get it because you know what? Remember when Shaq came to Phoenix?
Grant Hill too.
I'm telling man, these dudes got a second lease on life by whatever that medical staff in Phoenix was doing, man. You saw Shaq running up and down the court on a fast break, and everybody said he wasn't going to be able to do that consistently.
Right. And Grant Hill is another example of that. Phoenix has a great training staff and whatever the physical performance now, I think they're using, the terminology for, but yeah, they're A1, been A1 for quite a while in spite of owners.
Right. So I got to tell you, man, I don't know who said what to him the other night, but you can see that flip switch, that switch flip, and the dog came out of it, man. That fourth quarter was his. After he did the same thing the game before. I mean,
and Chris Paul has always been talented, and he also knows the tricks. He knows the veteran moves and how to do the holds and all that kind of stuff and the grabs and flop, all that kind of. That's part of who he is too.
Right.
But his game, his health is improving, I keep waiting for it, and I'll be honest about this too. I keep waiting for the bad luck to happen. Because he just seems at the wrong time, something with the hamstring, the knee gets tweaked. Something happens. It may not happen to the NBA Finals, whatever, but something seemed to happen to him to keep him from performing at his top of his game. But maybe this season, this playoffs could be the year where he's healthy throughout and can lead the Phoenix to a championship and get his first chip in the NBA.
Well, let me just say this. Chris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, Jones Media and Entertainment. We're streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of the BS3 TV network. If you got a Roku streaming device, download BS3 TV. You'll see what I'm talking about. Good stuff through and through. I'll say this. If we had Chris Paul in that series with Golden State, 2 chances to win 1 game, he's not a part of that 0 for 27 streak. He's not a part of that at all, because his mid-range jumpers and the ability to take over from the mid-range, that gives guys time to get themselves together and start knocking down their shots. But that mid-range stops runs by the other team. That mid-range kills momentum by the other team. That mid-range keeps your team in the game, and it's that old adage of let's just see the ball go through the basket. Just get the ball in the basket, and we'll go from there. And oh yeah, by the way, he's a little heady defensive player as well.
Yep.
So I'm not trying to rewrite history. I'm not trying to have hindsight is 2020. I said it back then. If we had Chris Paul and not Harden for those last 2 games, Rockets on their way to the NBA Finals.
And to piggyback off that, but going forward, notice, and this is for you and the family tuning in, notice how many of the younger players in the league and college are going back to the mid-range game.
How about that?
Okay, you got Jalen Green developing a mid-range game. Katie Cunningham developing a mid-range game. Brandon Ingram developing a mid-range game. Buckets. I want buckets. Okay, I want buckets you can make a high percentage with. I don't want, if your 3-point shot is falling, can you get me a bucket when I need it?
Right.
Because if all you're going to do is jack up threes and brick them, why am I playing you?
Yeah.
If you have nothing else to offer me, I need to play somebody else.
Right. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review. We sat in the press room several times when Mike D'Antoni said, we live by the 3, we die by the 3. That's who we are. Why do you have to die by the 3? Why can't you live by the 2?
And see, their 2 is a layup. That's analytics. You either get a layup, a 3, or free throws. That's the whole point of analytics. Man, if I got a guy who can make 60% of his mid-range shots, I won't take his mid-range shots, because if defense collapses on him and says you might get to the back bucket for a layup, but you're not gonna make a 3. What else are you gonna do?
Right.
I need you to score some way, somehow.
Right.
Mid-range shots.
Right.
Mid-range shots. Chris Paul, thank you very much for bringing back DeMar DeRozan. Same thing for you too. Thank you for bringing it back.
Gosh, yeah, DeMar, man, please. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us here on the show. Man, what's happening with Memphis and Golden State? Who said what about somebody's mama? Because they've been fighting since game 1.
And I don't know where it started, because listening to Ja Morant and his post game after he scored 47, he said Steph talked to him after game 1, him and Jaren Jackson Jr., and it was cordial. It was friendly. It's going to be a fun series. So I don't know where this bitterness, this old school physicality, has come from, and who took whose lunch money or what, because Dylan Brooks wind up. I'm sorry, man, that's a wind up headshot. I'm sorry, that's flagrant too. You got to go,
right.
Code or not, whatever.
Right.
You just don't do that. And I'm an old school dude. I like physical play, but I'm not hitting guys in the head.
Right.
Period.
Right. And he's out tonight too, right?
Right. He was suspended for one game. Game. And I'm sure Warriors fans would be like, well, it's unrealistic. He should be out as long as Gary Payton. No, please, come on now.
Stop with that. Yeah, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. Okay, so again, those 2 series, both the same, 2 games to none, but that Memphis Golden State series seems a lot more like there's a lot more on the line than just winning that game. Like, as soon as that series is over, I expect a lot of tongues to be wagging after that.
Oh, Memphis won, man. It's 1-1.
Right. Okay. You're right. My bad.
Yeah, the Dallas Phoenix, that's probably over.
Right.
2-0. I think Mavs might get 1, maybe, But we're seeing Luka Doncic is a bad man.
But he can't do it by himself.
Exactly. And see, which gets back to one of my points, one of my long-held beliefs. I know how great Michael Jordan was.
Yeah.
Okay. But Mike did not do it all by himself. He did not win championships by himself.
No. And we saw what Detroit and the bad boys did to Mike before he got Pippen, before he got Rodman, before he got,
Horace Grant, all those, Ron Harper, BJ, Steve Kerr, Jackson, all those dudes.
Right.
Basketball is a team sport. This ain't tennis. Okay. Yeah. Mike can score 60. He did 63 against Boston overtime. He lost. Okay. Because his teammates were not good enough to help him win that game.
We got to take a quick break, but before we do, how come that doesn't apply to James Harden? He can't fill the void of Joel Embiid by himself. And Eric Spoelstra said, we have designed a wall for James Harden. So why is everybody burying that man's career right now?
Take your break, man. I'll come back with my thoughts.
All right, I want to hear it. We'll be right back. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, right after this on the lunch break.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alexia McClurkin. I'm the founder of 9 Months of 5K, a nonprofit that was started to dispel the misconception that pregnant women shouldn't work out during their pregnancy. We are focused on health, fitness, nutrition, and wellness. We're hosting our annual 5K on Mother's Day.
All right. Want to thank Ben Sutter III and all the good folks over at the BS3 TV network. You got that Roku streaming device. Go ahead and download BS3 TV. I'm telling you, you will be glad you did. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball review. Now, Kris, that cinematic affair, I'm in a movie, bro. I'm in a movie, man, and I'm like excited about being in a movie. I did the play. That was good. I'll be in another play. But to be able to move from the stage to the screen, and not just the screen, but the big screen, brother. I don't know who loves me up there, but man, keep loving me. Keep loving me. So all people got to do is go to the cinematicaffair.com and download or get the tickets. There's a 3-night event. There's the meet and greet social on Friday night. There's the red carpet event and the premiere on Saturday, and then there's a brunch with the cast and the writers and directors. So I'm real excited about the cinematic affair and a movie called Soulmates. Soulmates.
Man, I'm glad you still talk to me, man. I feel honored, and I need to ask for your autograph and stuff.
If you don't quit, UMH Cool, stop it.
Just props to you, man, for everything that you have accomplished and will continue to accomplish. It's awesome to see success happening for good people.
Man, I appreciate it. I really do. And I got to thank Shakobi Chantel. She came on my show last year before that, actually. And she talked about getting started late, man. She was like 38 when she got into really passionate about movies and films and stuff like that. And for most people, that's late. And I'm like, man, if she can do it at 38, I can do it at my age. Yeah. And sure enough, she put me in a play. And then she introduced me to some people who like casted me. I sat through some casting calls. I auditioned. And some people gave me favor, man. And now get to do this movie. I got two. I literally have 2 parts in this movie, man. I'm like, come on, man. Most people don't get one. I ain't got a lot of lines, but I got 2 parts in this one movie, and I'm excited.
So you're gonna replace Will Smith in Hollywood, huh?
I don't know about that. I don't know about y'all. Will Smith is gonna make a comeback. Leave me alone. I ain't gonna say nothing else. All right. So now, why is that not true about James Harden? Why is one man can't beat 5 true about James Harden?
For some reason, James Harden his style of play rubs folks the wrong way. It bothered folks here when he was with the Rockets, and I'm not a fan of the travel move that they allow him to do, all that. But that's not his fault. If the NBA allows it, he's gonna keep doing it.
Yep.
But somehow, I mean, like for a while here when he was with the Rockets, he doesn't pass enough. He doesn't pass. A man averaged 10 assists a game. Okay, well, I must mean he passed the ball. So he's doing something right.
Yeah.
His early flameouts in the playoffs still haunt him, even though for the most part, he's overcome that. He's now back to it in Philly because he doesn't have enough help.
Mm-hmm.
This is a team sport.
Right.
But now without Joel Embiid, with the trade to bring James to Philly, you're seeing how much Philly's bench got gutted by Mr. Genius himself, Daryl Morey.
Yep.
So it's his fault. Philly's bench is not as good as it was before. That's another question you need to ask is, when it doesn't come to politics, why is Daryl Morey so Teflon when it comes to basketball moves?
Yeah, man. Yeah, because other people have been let go of for less. And Daryl Morey, he doesn't have it. He does not have. Was Daryl Morey responsible for either of those chips that the Rockets got?
That's Carol Dawson.
Right.
So,
that's
yeah.
what I'm talking.
So,
that's
yeah,
what I'm that ain't Daryl.
No,
okay.
Not at all.
Real quick, I had to correct myself. So I was talking about both teams were down. Both home teams are now down 0-2. I was thinking about the Phoenix Suns and the Mavericks and the Heat and the 76ers. I mentioned the Memphis game because of the physicality between Memphis and Golden State, but I know both home teams are in a must-win situation tonight. You go down 0-3, it's over.
Yeah, and Joel Embiid is going to try to play. He's been upgraded from out to doubtful.
Okay.
He's going to wear a mask. He's passed the concussion protocols.
Okay.
He's still got the thumb issue, the orbital fracture. That's why he's wearing the mask. So he's going to try to gut it out.
Well,
I hope he doesn't risk any further injury by playing. He's a competitor. Hey, good for you, man. You want to help your team win, but don't risk your long-term career for a short-term event.
Right. I got you. Do you see either of these series that will be played tonight going 7 games? Miami 76ers or Suns Mavericks?
No, barring injuries to Miami, key injuries, and I mean more than one, to the Heat and Phoenix. Nope. 4 or 5. I'd be shocked to go 6.
Let me see if you feel the way I do. Just the opposite for the games tomorrow. Celtics Bucks 1-1. Grizzlies Warriors 1-1. I can see both of those possibly going to a 7-game series.
Yeah, I predicted Boston, Milwaukee go 7. And on paper, that was like the best series of these 4 semifinal matchups. I had Warriors. I think I had Warriors in 5. I don't believe it'll end in 5. I think it's going at least 6. The Grizzlies, Ja stepped up. He's playing much better.
Yeah.
An issue, Desmond Bane and his back issues, if it limits him where he can't make his 3-point shot, he'll find other ways to contribute, but his 3-point shooting is important for them. And Ja can't do everything. He can score 45, whatever, but he still needs help.
Right.
It's a team sport.
Right.
He's gonna need help from Triple J, Desmond Bane, bench players. Xavier Tillman, all those guys got to step up, and because as players, star players know, and as media has learned, reserves, bench guys don't play as well on the road, like they do at home. So we'll see how some of those guys do in the Bay Area.
Yep. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, joining us on Freestyle Friday here on the lunch break, powered by Jones Media and Entertainment, and streaming live on Roku, courtesy of BS3 TV. I want to stretch you across different sports. Baker Mayfield right now is kind of the guy that nobody really wants. The team he's been on, he's worn out his welcome there with his personality, and other teams literally have backed away for trading from him. Is James Harden becoming the NBA's Baker Mayfield?
Oh yeah. If Daryl Morey weren't in Philly, if Daryl Morey weren't in the NBA, I'm not sure who'd want James Harden right now.
Yeah.
And as Coach Spo said, I mean, they're double teaming. They're doing everything possible to stop James.
Yeah.
Because they don't believe anybody else on Philly can beat them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and James Father Time is undefeated, as all of us know.
Yeah.
I think, what was the exact stat? James has scored under 25 points in 7 straight playoff games, something like that.
That's correct.
So he can't do it like he used to do, like he did here in Houston when he was the man.
Right.
Despite all the hate people tossed at him, he could still produce. He still got it done. You mean like the way he goes about it, pounding the ball forever and, taking the air out of the ball and doing all those kind of things. But that worked for him in Houston.
Yeah.
It's not working for him in Philly anymore because he's not as young as he used to be. And he's not in the shape that he was when he was in good/great shape with the Rockets.
Right. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review here on the lunch break. I was going to ask if Ben Simmons is a close second to being the Baker Mayfield of the NBA, but I want to ask this question. Does Stephen A. Smith, Big Perk, and others owe Ben Simmons an apology?
Probably so, because, another back surgery, Ben's injury was legit.
Right.
Apparently. I mean, I doubt Brooklyn's making this up, putting on the knife for fantasy.
Yeah.
So his back issue, and anytime you get back surgery, man, who knows how that's going to work out, how he's going to respond to that. They said, a 3-month timetable?
Yep.
And expect him to be back for training camp. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. I mean, back surgery is no joke.
Right. Yeah. I mean, again, I love, the people who do what it is we do, especially those that do it well, do it on big networks. It doesn't have to be a big network for me. I love people who do it well. You, yourself, Willie, David Grubb, Kelsey Nicole Nelson, Valencia King. I love people who do what it is we do and do it well. We're not doctors.
Right.
And when I hear people talk about somebody's ability to play from a medical perspective, then I start using some of the phrases that we get about, as athletes and those who cover athletes. But stay in your lane. You're not a doctor. You're not a psychologist or psychiatrist. You don't know somebody's health or mental health. You don't know it.
Right. When I was younger, probably in my 20s, when I first started out with the Houston Roundball Review, I thought differently. Okay, but then I realized I don't know what's in his mind or her mind, unless you can prove to me and prove to us that they're lying, that they're faking it. I'm going to trust them.
Yeah.
I'm going to trust. They tell me that they're hurt.
Yeah.
They're hurt physically.
Yeah.
But they're not right mentally. I'm going to trust them. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And then we just wait for them, hopefully, to get themselves right to get back on the court or the field, what have you. But I don't know what's in their mind. And why would they fake it?
Right.
Because it's too much at risk if they're found out to be lying and faking it.
Correct. And again, there will be no repercussions for Stephen A. Smith. There'll be no repercussions for Big Perk. There won't be any repercussions for, the other folks of the world who literally called that man a liar, a thief, said this is the biggest ripoff in NBA basketball history and all that. And the man had a legitimate medical issue for why he could not come back in the playoffs to entertain us.
Which was really unrealistic to begin with. The man ain't played in a year. And y'all want to toss him into the playoffs.
Right.
I mean, what was he going to do?
For our entertainment.
Yeah. What was he going to do?
Right.
And Stephen A's, comment about he wants to know what Ben was doing to get hurt. It could have been something as simple as sneezing, falling down in the shower. Who knows? I've hurt myself sneezing. Okay. Holding my nose, trying to keep it in, tweak the muscle. Folks thought I was lying. That hurt, man. Okay. What I'm saying? It could have been any little tweak.
Yeah.
Helping a relative move, moving furniture, anything.
Yeah. Stephen A. Smith needs to just every now and then when he's wrong, just say I was wrong.
Yeah.
And move on. So I just wanted to get to that. All right. I really don't want to talk about this because
me either.
I got Coach Johnny Cole has invited me on his show on Monday, the HBCU show with the Coach Johnny Cole, to talk about this on Monday. And I'm trying to, my stomach hurt. I got a headache. I don't want to. I don't even want to go outside. Bruh, what's happening with Hall of Famer Cynthia Cooper?
And I got to choose my words carefully.
Please do.
Okay. Because I've known Coop a long time from her days playing with the Comets. I covered the Comets way back when she was sideline covering with the Rockets. That's when we really started talking a lot. Her days coaching the PV, Wilmington, USC. We go back all that. The coaching part of it, the profanity. Anybody come to a TSU game heard that.
Yeah.
I mean, heard that. Heard her light into players on the sideline. I mean, heard all that stuff. Heard her talk to some of the fans in the stands. Heard all that. The practice talk, the sexual talk, that the vulgar, that kind of stuff, I didn't know about. That's beyond the pale.
Yeah, okay. and that's what I want to hear you say. I wanted to hear, where did it cross the line? Because if we're going to make it about the yelling and the, being hard on and making do extra drills and the cursing, then do Nick Saban, pick a coach.
Pick a coach.
Pick a coach.
And pick a college sport.
Right. If that's the problem, then nothing to see here. But if it's the vulgarity and the sexuality and all of that, then I'm with you. I'm there. I'm there.
Plus, I didn't like in the article that she made injured players, practice despite the injuries. And one young lady, you could see her knee was swollen. Biggest day. Coach, I can't go. I can't bend my knee. Get out there. See, that's medical. Go back to medical stuff.
Right.
You're not a doctor? Okay. Yeah. If that player has a doctor's note saying limit her minutes, limit her practice time, follow the doctor's orders. Follow what the doctor says. Things like that, that's beyond the pale, Yeah. And some of this, I can't excuse. I'm not excusing it, but some of this probably was a result of her upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to her in her childhood and her preteen, teen years impacted her, affected her.
Right.
And she never changed.
Yeah.
She has no filter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we have to also toss in her bosses.
Yeah.
For allowing this to continue.
Charles McClellan hired her twice.
Yes. And that cannot go unsaid. Yeah. Because of who she is, because of what she accomplished.
Right.
And I talked to a friend of mine last night who was a referee, and she said she saw some comments about today's players. Those players are soft. Why are we excusing disrespect so much?
I get it.
This is 2022.
Right.
I'm 50.
Yeah.
All right. When I was growing up, when I was these young ladies' age, I was in practices. I heard a whole bunch of profanity.
Yeah.
Okay. Back then, we just thought that's how things were. That's how it was. That's how practice went. That's how coach talked to players. But now I'm 50, 30 years later. That's not how it should be now.
Right.
It needs to be different. We can't always accept the things that we did 30 years ago as being okay now.
That's why I love this younger generation, man, because they don't just accept it because their mama and their daddy and their granny and their grandpa went through all of that. And most folks nowadays are lying. Most folks with this, back in my day, hush. First of all, you're a Division II, you're one AA school where I don't want to hear that nonsense.
And, I wonder about those folks saying today's players are soft. You tell me, if your daughter experienced what these young ladies did, you tell me you say that same thing about you're calling your daughter soft.
Right. Yeah.
And I guarantee you wouldn't say those same things.
Yeah. I think she did the right thing to retire. If that be the case, if you have not changed to the point where you can't alter that in your practices and what have you, then the right thing to do was retire. But I'm not going to hammer her if I'm not going to go back and dig into some of these other coaches that have retired when they flat out said, well, the reason why I'm retiring is I can't do it the way I wanted to do it no more. I got to deal with NIL. I got to deal with the transfer portal. In other words, you don't like losing the control over other people's kids, so you'd rather quit. Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
And many of those coaches won championships as coaches. I feel certain, I'm not going to name names, although we could on here. There are championship coaches, men's and women's college basketball, who use profanity all over the place.
Right.
Okay. During games, practices, but they've won championships. And those schools, their bosses, let it slide because of the championships that were won.
Correct.
We'll see how things change once those coaches retire.
Yeah.
And if their former players come out with stories, this coach made me quit.
Right.
This broke me. This coach, I just couldn't handle it anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
winning championship should not excuse disrespect.
Yeah. One more thing before we got to go, Kris. NIL, the NCAA is saying that they're going to start investigating.
Help us save us from ourselves.
Yeah. We didn't do nothing about it, but y'all did it wrong. So we're going to investigate what y'all are doing, and we're going to make ourselves look good. What's happening?
And, it has become, at some schools, pay for play. It's not name, image, likeness. Players are not, and student assets are not being paid to endorse a product, to endorse a restaurant, to endorse a dealership. Some of them are being paid to choose that school.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's not the intention of NIL. But when the NCAA and the higher ups fail to implement, then enforce guardrails and guidelines,
yep.
You've allowed folks to just, well, y'all don't have anything written down that is going to stop you from doing this. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And now how are they going to enforce it? We're talking about going retroactive to some of these things, the boosters getting involved. What you're going to do, make the boosters take the money out of the kids' account, reverse direct deposit?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Are you going to take the boosters' season tickets away from them? What are they going to do about all that?
Yeah.
Y'all should have fixed this when you had the chance.
Right.
But you didn't. And now it's too late. And now you're trying to put that toothpaste back in the tube.
Yeah. I said they need to start at Alabama. They need to go on over there to Clemson. They need to go up there to the Ohio State University. They need to go over to A&M. They got to go by UT and take your time. Don't do that cursory investigation. Take your time, because I know what they're going to do. They're going to throw the book at Miami. They're going to throw the book at Jackson State. They're going to throw the book at Grambling. They're going to throw the book at those kind of programs. And I put Miami in there because for some reason they don't like that school. For some reason, they go hard on Miami, but they don't go hard on Duke. They don't go hard on Alabama. They don't go hard on schools like that. So start there.
Miami's in the hood, isn't it?
I know the deal.
So yeah, you know the deal.
Yeah, black and brown.
And their booster was trying to get the spotlight and brag about how much you paid for the player to come to Miami. That wasn't necessary, man. You could have kept that between you and that kid.
Right.
Just kept it moving.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Kris Gardner, we got to get ready to roll, man. Anything else? Tell us what you got coming up, what you're working on, all that good stuff.
Well, I'm just waiting for, medical updates about my mom and her being transferred to the facility. That'll be tomorrow or Sunday. I'll wait on that. Waiting for your call with more details about the great news. Hoping when I mentioned the name of my interviewee, something seems to happen, and it doesn't happen when I schedule it. But I have something coming up on Monday with a beat writer. And I'll just leave it at that. So I had one, when you contacted me to see if I was available today at noon, I had an interview planned before that, but it didn't happen.
Okay.
So, and that was a beat writer from somebody else. But yeah, man, just got other things trying to focus on and just keep pressing forward, man.
Keep doing it, brother. Keep putting out great content, because you are definitely doing that. Kris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, brother. We will talk to you soon. All right, man?
Thank you, man. And last thing, since 1994, Houston Roundball Review, local name, global perspective.
Love you, brother.
Love you, man. Take care. Peace.
All right, Kris Gardner, y'all. Houston Roundball Review. Appreciate him to life. So, again, if you missed the big news, I am the new executive of television, podcasting, and radio for the SGA TV network. If you go out and you look us up now, trust me, you're not going to find anything close to who we are and what we're about to do. So you'll still see the lunch break and all that good stuff. We'll just be streaming on all streaming platforms. If it streams, we are going to be on that platform. And literally, it's already done. So it's just a matter of me getting in there and providing the stuff that we need to get the word out. And I'm excited. I appreciate Sonia Lowe. I appreciate Bradford Lowe. I appreciate Marietta Willis for believing in me and allowing me to be a part of the team. Again, to have your hard work recognized and people interested in it and you, that means a lot to me. That means a lot to me. So I'm excited to be working with them. I'm excited for everything that I've got going on now. I want to thank Ben Sutter III and the entire BS3 family for, getting me out there and allowing me to be on Roku TV. I want to appreciate the team that I'm building for JM&E. And again, I'm probably going to turn that over to some young person and let them run it. And again, I'm just really excited about the things that are happening for me. And I know that there are other people out there with visions, with dreams, with goals, with aspirations. And all I'll tell you is this: don't let anybody minimize them, and don't let anybody stop them. All right. Let me get ready to get out of here. On Monday, it'll be the coach, Johnny Cole, with the HBCU Stroll. I'll be on at some point during his show to talk about what we were just talking about with former coach Cynthia Cooper. So as always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Moms, y'all are amazing. Y'all are literally one of the best gifts that one could ever receive. So mothers, happy and blessed Mother's Day. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Let me go. Y'all take care.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alexia McClurkin. I'm the founder of 9 Months of 5K, a nonprofit that was started to dispel the misconception that pregnant women shouldn't work out during their pregnancy. We are focused on health, fitness, nutrition, and wellness. We're hosting our annual 5K on Mother's Day.
With what you need to know, and we made it. Yes, today is Friday, May 6, 2022. Number 1, there appears to be an effort to ramp up the push to get 31-year-old pro basketball player Brittany Griner released after the February 17th arrest in a Moscow airport. The U.S. State Department has reclassified the imprisonment of Brittany Griner as wrongfully detained. According to the State Department, the U.S. will now put more resources into freeing the professional who played on both American and Russian basketball teams. Number 2, 19 families of unlawfully detained Americans gathered in a day of activism in front of the White House Wednesday in hopes of securing a meeting with President Joe Biden. Alexandra Forsyth, one of the leaders, said the idea for the event came together prior to the release of Trevor Reed, who was freed from Russian detention in a prisoner exchange last week. State Department spokesperson Ned Price said the administration is doing everything it can to bring home American hostages and detainees. Number 3, the U.S. surpassed 1 million COVID-19 deaths this week, a once unthinkable scale of loss even for the country with the world's highest recorded toll from the virus. This number, equivalent to the population of San Jose, California, the 10th largest city in the U.S., was reached at a stunning speed, 27 months after the country confirmed its first case of the virus. More than 2 years and 1 million fatalities later, the United States death toll is the world's highest total by a significant margin. Number 4, the leak of a draft Supreme Court decision to end the nationwide right to abortion has sparked new speculation. Other landmark rulings could now be on shakier ground, including those that legalize same-sex marriage and birth control. In the draft, Justice Samuel Alito takes pains to say the legal logic at the heart of the conservatives' decision to overturn Roe v. Wade would not apply to other cases. Should it stand, some legal experts say, this language may not be enough to keep such a ruling from being used to challenge other rights down the road. Number 5. The Atlanta-based lending platform Enricher is helping to connect minority women entrepreneurs and small business owners with the funding they need. Enricher founder and CEO Dr. Roshana Nevelis knows the Black Lives Matter movement and focus on social equity helped, but Black women are still struggling to get seed funding, loans, and access to credit. To date, Enricher has given out $14 million in capital to diverse-owned businesses in 47 states. Wow. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Life is a series of choices. Choose positivity. Yes. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Incorporated, and the American Heart Association. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SibylWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.